Hello, friends. Today I'll be sharing my detailed meat pie recipe, so be sure to follow along. This video will be divided into four parts. The ingredients I will be using, the delicious pie filling, the pie dough, and assembling the pie. For this recipe, I used lean ground beef, diced potatoes, diced carrots, habanero peppers, garlic puree, coriander, spring and white onions, seasoning, salt, thyme, diluted cornstarch as a thickener, and some water to cook. In a pan, I started with cooking the ground beef, and then I followed with adding all the spices. After that, I mixed it and let it simmer for a little while. And I'd added the carrots and the potatoes, the spring onions, white onions, and the habanero pepper, and mix this together. Allow this to cook for a few more minutes. Then at this point, if you feel like it needs more water, add some water to allow it cook. Once it's cooked and the carrots are tender, I added in the diluted cornstarch. And here you just want to mix properly. So I like to do this first so that it gives it time to cool completely. If I'm in a hurry to make this meat pie, I can put this in the fridge to speed up the cooling process. For the next step, here I'll be combining flour into my bowl to make the meat pie dough. After adding some flour, I added some salt and I used unsalted cold butter. So I try to mix this together to make sure there are no lumps. Next, I'm adding some cold water to form the dough. The idea of using cold water and cold butter is to make sure that the dough is flaky when you make the pie. So mix this properly with your hand. You don't want to overmix also. And once you have that, you form it together. Wrap it. You can put it in the refrigerator to cool down for a while. Now that I'm ready to assemble the pie, I mix one egg into a bowl that would be used for sealing the edges. Now you want to divide the dough into smaller sizes so that it's easy for you to roll and also to flatten. So for this particular one, I cut it into 6 parts and just going to form a ball this way. Once I'm rolling it out, it's easy and they have almost the same edges. Sometimes if you have a food scale, you can weigh this also, just so that you have similar size across all the pies. Once you're done, just add some flour so that it's easy and not sticking. So you want to try to roll it out, spread it so that you have an even edge. Once I'm satisfied with this, I'm going to be using a pie shaper that I got on Amazon. You can also use any round shaped like a pot cover to shape it out. So I'll just be adding the egg wash to the edges so that it can seal properly. Now I'll be adding the delicious pie filling. So just make sure you press that properly so that it's not busting open while it's baking. If there's an excess flour, you want to cut that out. If you don't have a pie shaper or cutter like this, you can also find or look for covers of pots that you can use in the kitchen. Here is another one. Just make sure to scoop just a little amount that can fill in the pie, just so that it's not too much and busting open. So with this, you'll get a clean and very smooth pie. And they will all look the same. So I'm just going to do the same thing to all the dough and lay them flat in my baking pan. Once I have them all looking pretty and sitting pretty like this, I'm going to also brush it with some egg wash. And you just want to poke with some fork. This process ensures that the pie does not hold on to hair. So there's space for hair to escape. Once you're done, transfer this to a preheated oven and bake for 35 to 40 minutes. Once the pies are baked, let it rest for a few minutes, then enjoy. I hope you love this video. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.